Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of How to Do Stuff in Valheim with me, Scruffy Joe. I will be your Viking guide today. Right, so this episode we're going to cover how to basically deal with the second boss, which is the big tree, which, you know, it's a tree. Set it on fire. There's your clue. So let's firstly cover off what you should have. You're going to have spent ages running around in the Black Forest. You're going to be digging up all of the copper, going all around the coast of the Black Forest, grabbing all of that tin, bringing it all back, and then making sure that you've got proper copper armour, which you've leveled up as far as you possibly can. I may have borrowed this cape from somebody else, so it's possible that you will only have the ability to get to cape level 3, but that's only 1 point of armour. You should be somewhere around about the high 30s for armour. And you should have all of the decent weapons, the bronze buckler. You should be on a fine wood bow at least, and then you should have a few kind of arrow types as well. Now I've got your basic arrows, which are a bit rubbish, but they're easy to make and they're cheap. Flint Arrows, they do 27 damage as opposed to sort of 22. I mean, it's a bit better. It's not a lot better. Fire arrows here, you've got your only 11 damage, which is really very poor, but it does also do a further 22 on the old fire, so that's great. And I just randomly found these in a chest, which was really lucky, because they're amazing. So I'm going to be shooting it with these as well, just so you can see what the various different types do. You're going to want your best food, which probably at this stage in the game is just going to be meat, and if you're lucky, carrot soup, if you found some carrots, which I've covered in the other video. You should have found some carrots, really, hopefully. So carrot soup is great, because it's good for stamina as well. If not, then I'm afraid just some sort of berry is going to have to do it. So that's your equipment. Let's talk about where to find the second boss. It is quite an easy find. You will have probably found the little map to it yourself by mistake whilst just raiding the burial chambers in the Black Forest. And if you haven't, then what you're going to need to do is go and raid all of the burial chambers in the Black Forest. Then you're looking for one of those shiny red stones, like there was in the initial part of the game when you landed in the Circle of Stones, and that will then add the place where it is on the map. And that then becomes an adventure in itself, because if you're anything like me, it could be flipping miles away. Let me just show you where it was in my world here. Oh, wrong person. So this is my map that I have discovered so far in my main playthrough, and that's kind of where I'm going to have to use for this bit of explainer. So the first boss, really close by, no problem at all. The second boss was either there, one option, or there, all the way down there for the second option. So as you can see, that involved a very, very long boat ride. That sail took about maybe a day and a half, 2 days sailing. That to take lots of snacks. And it was pretty horrific as well because, well, you'll see, but basically there's loads of planes, and at this stage in the game wearing bronze armour, if you get anywhere near the plains and there's a nasty death skeeto near the coast, it will come and one-shot kill you, and you won't even realise what it was doing. And you're like, ah! And also, by this stage in the game, you're going to want to have had mastered the art of building portals, which is very, very straightforward. The key is you build a portal at your base, and you give it a name that you can remember exactly how to type. Like, for example, the Elder. And then when you get to where you're going, you need to find a safe location where you can get off your boat, build yourself a little fenced-in base, and then drop the other end of the portal there. And if you just then type in the name correctly, you can instantly then run home without having to sail for a day and a half. So that's just a really important part of the game. So let me just show you what the Elder base looks like. Here we are then at the summoning location for the next boss, and what we need to do to summon this boss is to throw some seeds into the bowl. It's these ancient seeds which you can pick up from either the Grey Dwarf Brutes, or you can also get them from those purple spawn points that you find in the Black Forest where the Grey Dwarfs all appear from. Just go and smash those to pieces with a sword and that will then appear. First things first, just take note of your surroundings. Now I had a particular problem in this fight here because although I am in the Black Forest now, just over there, that castle building is in the plains. And what that meant is that these little green dudes kept appearing from the plains and one-shot killing me. So that became a particular problem during the night time. So just be aware of your surroundings. If you're not in just the Black Forest, there may be some tough enemies that appear if this fight drags on. So yeah, once you're all ready, you throw your seeds in the fire. It will coalesce somewhere around here, and then it becomes a game of hide behind the pillar and try and shoot it with as many arrows as possible. There are a couple of other precautions and things you might want to try and do. You could build a few campfires around, because as it wanders around it will set itself on fire. Feels a little bit cheap, but it is something you can do. The other thing that you can do, because it's still early access, is you can actually hide underneath the place. Oh, hold on. You dig yourself a little escape hole and just come down here. It won't be able to hit you, and you can just sit there and go... maybe, you know, let your health tick back up after taking a hit or something like that. Kind of feels a little bit like cheating, but, you know, I'm sure once the game gets to final release, you won't be able to do that anymore. But it does exist right now, so it feels like I might as well tell you. Right, so without further ado, let's put some number 5. Doink. And away we go. Gonna need our bow. I'll just show you what the crap arrows are like first. There he is. 33 damage. And he throws stuff and you have to hide behind a pillar because anything else it will destroy. And his other move is he grows roots out of the ground, so that means you have to do a bit of a runner. Make sure you get behind a pillar where there's no roots. And then it's just a question of keep shooting at him in between him doing that. Let me just show you what the fire arrows do. You can just keep him burning. Oh, more roots. Slightly tricky one there. What you absolutely don't want to do is get close enough to him for him to actually hit you, because that's like an instant death thing. But yeah, if you just keep him on fire, keep running around, keep kiting him, and eventually he'll go down. Let's just show you what the Flint Arrows are like. Same 30s, hardly any different. Ah, field of death, field of death. Keep running. Ah, field of death. Right, and then basically it's a question of just kiting in, making sure you keep eating, keeping your health up, hiding behind pillars. And let's just try these bonus arrows that I got because they looked a bit special. Ooh. Ooh, that was nice. Oh, roots. Ah! 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 Right. I'll come back towards the end of the fight once it's nearly over. Until then, rinse and repeat. Okay, we've nearly got him. Dealt with. And that's really good news as well, because it's getting near to the end of the day. That was almost an entire day's worth of shooting the Elder. And when it gets to dusk, that's when the guys from the plains arrive and kill me with one hit. So that's a real pain in the backside. The two pickups from the Elder are firstly the trophy, which you take back to the stone circle at the beginning of the game and attach it like you did with the other boss, and that will give you access to a second power. It's a choice, it's one or the other, and then you just activate whichever one you have, and if you want to change it you have to go back to the stone circle and change. And you can flip whenever you like, but you have to go back to the stone circle each time. It's the power to cut down trees a bit faster. It's not particularly great in my view. The second and more important thing is this thing here, the swamp key. Now this is great. The next thing we're going to be doing is going to the swamp, and I'm going to be telling you all about that in my next episode here on the Scruffy Guide to Valheim. I hope you're enjoying the series. If you are, please leave a comment, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel so that you can be kept up to date with when the next thing goes live. Till next time, take care, bye bye.